Hello students, this is your Sailesh sir, and in my previous lecture I had discussed some basic concepts of dimensional analysis. Okay, and one application of dimensional analysis, that is conversion of a physical quantity from one system of unit to another system of unit. Okay, and today we are going to discuss the principle of homogeneity and some remaining applications of dimensional analysis. Okay, so let us start the principle of homogeneity. Okay, so according to this principle, the dimensions of each the term of a dimensional equation on both sides are same. Okay, or we can say those physical quantities which have same dimensions can be added, subtracted or compared. Okay, suppose force can be added with force, velocity can be added with velocity, distance can be added with distance. We cannot add distance with time or any other physical quantity. Okay, so this is a principle of homogeneity. Okay, and the application of dimensional analysis, that is to check the correctness of a given equation or given physical relation, is totally based on the principle of homogeneity. Okay, so we take an example for this application, that is F into S equals to half mv square minus half mu square. Okay, this is a equation and we have to check that is this equation is correct or not. So here F is force, S is distance, and m is mass, v is final velocity and u is initial velocity. Okay, so according to the principle of homogeneity, all the terms present in this equation must have same dimensions. Okay, so in this equation there are 3 terms and each term must have same dimension. So we will check the dimension from the left hand side. So in left hand side we will calculate the dimension of F into S. So we will write the dimension of S, that is mlt minus 2, and the dimension of S, that is distance. So this will be L. So the dimension of LHS is ml square t minus 2. Okay. Now we will check all these 2 terms in right hand side. So in RHS we will check the first term, that is half mv square. So we will write the dimension of half mv square. So 1 by 2 is dimensionless, and the dimension of mass is m, and the dimension of velocity is lt minus 1 to the whole square. So this will be ml square t minus 2. Okay, this is the first term of the RHS. Now for second term we will check half mu square. Okay, so the dimension of half mu square is 1 by 2 is dimensionless, and dimension of mass is m, dimension of u is initial velocity. So the dimension of initial velocity will be lt minus 1 to the whole square. So this will be ml square t minus 2. So all these terms have same dimensions. So we can say that this physical equation is dimensionally correct. Okay, now we will take another example. Suppose we have a relation integration of dx upon root a square minus x square equals to 1 upon a sine inverse a upon x. Okay, so we have to check that is this equation is dimensionally correct or not. So in this example, a and x both are measured in meter. Okay, so we have to check that is this equation is dimensionally correct or not. So according to principle of homogeneity, only those physical quantities can be compared which have same dimensions. So we can say that the dimension of left hand side must be equal to the dimension of right hand side. So we will calculate the dimension of left hand side. Okay, so the term left hand side is dx divided by a square minus x square to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so we will write the dimension of dx. We have given that x is measured in distance meter, so the dimension of dx will be L, and the dimension of a square minus x square. So here there are two terms, and the dimension of each term will be same, because principle of homogeneity says that those physical quantities which have same dimensions can be added or subtracted. So this is the dimension of this term will be written as L square to the power 1 by 2, because we will write here only the dimension of one term. Okay, so this will be L divided by L, so the dimension of this is 1. So we can say that the term left hand side have no dimensions. This is a dimensionless term. Okay, now for RHS there is a term 1 upon a sin inverse a upon x. We will write the dimension of this term. So the trigonometric functions and logarithms, both functions have no dimensions, or we can say the angles have no dimensions. So here we will write the dimension of 1 upon a. This is 1 upon L. Okay, and sine inverse we will write the dimension of a, that is L, and the dimension of x, that is also L. So this term becomes dimensionless. So the dimension of this term is 1 upon L. So here we see that the dimension of left hand side and dimension of right hand side both are not equal. So here dimension of LHS is not equals to the dimension of RHS. So we can say that this equation is not correct. So this equation is not correct. Okay. Now we are going to discuss next application of the dimensional analysis, that is to determine the dimensional formula of constants. Okay. So we will explain this application with an example, and the example is the distance covered by a particle at any time t is given by the relation x equals to a plus bt plus ct square, where a, b, c are the constants, and we have to calculate the dimensional formula and units of the constant a, b and c. So we will solve this question. The given relation is x equals to a plus bt plus ct square, and according to the principle of homogeneity we can say that all these terms have same dimensions. Okay, so the dimension of LHS, from LHS the dimension of x is L. Okay, and in RHS the dimension of first term that must be equal to the dimension of left hand side. So the dimension of a will be equal to the dimension of x, so this will be L. So this is the dimension of a. So dimension of a is L, and unit of a is what? Meter. Okay. Now for second term we will write the dimension of bt. This will be equal to the dimension of x, and dimension of x is L. So we have to calculate the dimension of b. So the dimension of b into dimension of t equals to the L. So dimension of b equals to L upon dimension of t, and dimension of t is t. So this will be L t minus 1. Okay, so this is the dimension of B, and unit of B is LT minus 1. L is taken as meter, so meter into T, time in second, so meter into second inverse, or we can say meter per second. This is the dimension and unit of B. Now we have to calculate the dimension of C. So the dimension of this term must be equal to the dimension of X. So we will write dimension of C T square equals to dimension of X, and dimension of X is L. So the dimension of C into dimension of T square equals to dimension L. So the dimension of C equals to L divided by T square. So this will be LT minus 2. This is the dimension of C, and unit of C is what? Meter into second to the power minus 2. This is the final answer of this question. Okay. Now in this question, the refractive index of glass is found to vary with wavelength as n equals to a plus b upon lambda square, and we have to calculate the units of constants a and b. Okay, so here the relation of refractive index, the refractive index is given by a plus b upon lambda square, and according to the principle of homogeneity, all these three terms must have same dimensions. So we can say that the dimension of A equals to the dimension of n, and dimension of B upon lambda square equals to the dimension of n. So we have to know about the dimension of n, that is refractive index. So the dimension of refractive index, the dimension of a refractive index n equals to, we know about the formula as in class 10th. The refractive index will be the velocity of light in air divided by velocity of light in glass. This is the formula of refractive index of glass. So refractive index is the ratio of velocities, and velocities have dimensions Lt minus 1 and Lt minus 1. So dimension of n is 1. So we can say n is a dimensionless quantity. Okay, dimensionless quantity. Okay, so n is a dimensionless. Now this is the dimension of LHS, means the term LHS have no dimension. Now for RHS, the dimension of A is equal to the dimension of n, and n is a dimensionless quantity. So A will be also dimensionless, n will be dimensionless. Okay, now we have to calculate the dimension of B. So we will write the term, the dimension of B upon lambda square equals to the dimension of n, means dimensionless, or we can say 1. Okay, so dimension of B equals to the dimension of lambda square, where lambda is a wavelength and length have dimension L. So B, dimension of B is L square. Okay, this is the dimension of B. So here unit of A unit of A. This has no unit because it has no dimension. Now the next is unit of B is what? This is L square, so we can say unit of B is meter square. Okay, so this is the final answer of this question. Now we will discuss the next application of dimensional analysis, and this is the last application, that is to derive the relation between different physical quantities. Okay, so with the help of dimensional analysis we can derive the relation between different physical quantities, or we can say we can derive the formula for any physical quantity. Okay, so we take an example. This is the frequency of vibration of a stretched string depends upon its length, mass per unit length, and tension in the string, that is represented by T. So we have to obtain the expression for frequency. Okay, so here we will write the frequency because we have to obtain the expression for frequency. So this term will be in left side, and frequency depends on length, mass per unit length, and tension. So we can write these physical quantities as L to the power A, M to the power B, and T to the power C. Okay, so जिस फिजिकल क्वांटिटी का हमको डेरिवेशन करना है, जिस फिजिकल क्वांटिटी की वैल्यू हमको कैलकुलेट करनी है, उसको लेफ्ट साइड रखेंगे, और वो फिजिकल क्वांटिटी जिन क्वांटिटीज़ में डिपेंड करती है उनको राइट साइड प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन के साथ पावर्स उनकी अप्लाई कर देंगे. क्लियर? सो जब हम प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन रिप्लेस करेंगे तो यह जाएगा फ्रीक्वेंसी इक्वल्स टू के एल टू द पावर ए, एम टू द पावर बी, एंड टी टू द पावर सी. नाउ वी विल पुट the dimensions of all these physical quantities. Clear? So the dimension of frequency, we know that the frequency is the reciprocal of the time period, or we can say frequency equals to 1 upon time or time period. So the dimension of frequency is 1 upon time, so we can write T inverse. Okay, and K is constant. Now the dimension of L is length, so we will write L to the power A. The dimension of mass, and mass is mass per unit length, so the dimension of this mass is M by L, or we can say ML minus 1. Okay, this is the important thing, you have to note it. And the dimension of T will be equal to the dimension of force. Why? Because here T is not a time, here T is a tension of the string. Okay, and tension is the force, so this will be MLT minus 2. Okay, here T is a tension force, so we will write M0 L0 T minus 1 equals to K, and L to the power A, M to the power B, L to the power minus B, and M to the power C, L to the power C, and T to the power minus 2C. Okay, so here this will be K. Now L to the power, here L to the power A, L to the power minus B, L to the power C, so we will write L to the power A minus B plus C. Now for the power M, M to the power B, M to the power C, so we will write B plus C, and T to the power minus 2C. Okay, so we will equate the powers of M, L and T from both sides. We equate the powers of M, L and T. So we will write the power of L, that is A minus B plus C, equals to the power of M is 0. So we will write A minus B plus C equals to 0. For the power of M, B plus C equals to 0. b plus c equals to 0, and for power c minus 2c equals to minus 1, minus 2c equals to minus 1. So here from this equation we can write c equals to 1 by 2. Okay, now we will put the value of c in this equation, then b becomes minus 1 by 2, and we will put the value of c and b in this equation. So we will write a minus, the value of b is minus, so minus minus plus 1 by 2, and value of c is 1 by 2, so this will be 1 by 2 equals to 0. So the value of a is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1, and this will be minus 1. Okay, so here we find the values of a, b and c, and we will put these values of a, b, c in equation 1. So from equation 1 we will write the values of power a, b, c. So this will be k, and value of a, this will be minus 1. So l to the power minus 1 into m to the power b, m to the power b, and the value of b is minus 1 by 2. Now there is t and t to the power c, so this will be t to the power 1 by 2. So here we will write k into power minus 1, so we will write k by l into, this is the power minus 1 by 2, so this will be t to the power 1 by 2 upon m to the power 1 by 2. So we will write k upon l root t by m. This is the final relation of the frequency of a stretched string. Okay, so this is the final answer of this question. Now in this question, a planet moves around the sun in a circular orbit, and its period of revolution is t, and depends upon the radius of the orbit, mass of the sun, gravitational constant g. Okay, so we have to prove that t square is directly proportional to r cube. Okay, so the period of revolution depends on these physical quantities. So in the left side we will write t, that is period of revolution, and it depends on the radius of the orbit to the power a, mass of the sun to the power b, universal gravitational constant g to the power c. Okay, now we will replace this proportionality sign, then there will be a proportionality constant k, r to the power a, m to the power b, and g to the power c. Now we have to calculate the dimension of g, because there will be a requirement for the dimensions of all these physical quantities. So we will calculate the dimension of g, dimension of g. Okay, so for the dimension of g, we have a formula of Newton's law of gravitation, that is F equals to g m1 m2 upon r square. So the formula for g is F into r square divided by m1 m2. This is the formula for universal gravitational constant. Okay, so the dimension of g can be written as dimension of F into dimension of r square divided by dimension of m1 into dimension of m1. So this will be dimension of m1 and dimension of m2. So the dimension of g, this will be dimension of force mlt minus 2, and dimension of distance, this is l square, and the dimension of m, that is m square, because m and m, this will be same. So the dimension of g will be dimension of g, this will be m to the power minus 1 and l cube and t to the power minus 2. This is the dimension of universal gravitational constant. Okay, now we will put these all dimensions in equation 1. So from equation 1 we will write the dimensions, that is m0 l0 t to the power 1 equals to k dimension of r, this is l to the power a, dimension of m, this is mass, and this is dimension m. Now dimension of g, that is m to the power minus 1 l to cube t to the power minus 2 power c. So we will write m to the power 0 l to the power 0 t to the power 1 equals to k l to the power a, m to the power b, m to the power minus c, l to the power 3c, t to the power minus 2c. Okay, now we will write this equation as m to the power 0 l to the power 0 t to the power 1 equals to k. Now we will write the dimensions. First of all, dimension of m, this will be dimension of m to the power b, m to the power minus c, so this will be m to the power b minus c. And dimension of l, this will be a plus 3c, a plus 3c. And dimension of t, this will be minus 2c, minus 2c. Okay, now we will equate the powers by equating the powers. This will be b minus c equals to 0, a plus 3c equals to 0, and minus 2c equals to 1. So from this equation c will be minus 1 by 2, and if we will put the value of c then in this equation, then b equals to the value of b becomes minus 1 by 2 also, and we will put this value of c in this equation. So a will be 3 by 2. Okay, this is the values of a, b and c. Now we will put these values in equation 1. So from equation 1 we will write t equals to k r to the power a, then r to the power 3 by 2, m to the power b, so this will be m to the power minus 1 by 2, and g to the power c, so this will be g to the power minus 1 by 2. So t equals to k r to the power 3 by 2 divided by m to the power 1 by 2 into g to the power 1 by 2. Now we will write the final answer here. Now we will write the answer here, t equals to k. We can write r cube divided by m into g to the whole power 1 by 2. Okay, so we can write t equals to k whole power 1 by 2. We will write root r cube divided by m g. Okay, so this is the final answer. Here k is proportionality constant, m mass of the sun, this is also constant, g universal gravitational constant, this is a universal constant. So we can write t is directly proportional to root r cube. Okay, so on squaring both sides we can write t square is directly proportional to r cube, and this is the final answer of this question, because we have to prove it, t square is directly proportional to r cube. Okay, so this is sufficient for today. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.